Welcome everyone to today's Empyrion Workshop Showcase. Join me as we take a look at the Starlancer Gunship. Today's design is the Starlancer Gunship, and it is an unlocked level 25 size class 7 capital vessel coming to us from creator sulusdacor, and I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Starting at the rear of the ship, you will see around our main thrusters here, we have some very interesting styling, which does give a very creative and unusual look to it. Coming up the ramp here, we enter into the hover vessel bay area. Now this area has some very interesting features, such as 2 hover vessel parking spots, one on each side. Now on each side you will find a door towards the rear of the ship that gives you access to the extra large thrusters at the back. And on the other side you will find a lever and a doorway that leads us further back. The lever on each side is different. On this side it opens up the central console area where you see we have access to some cargo boxes and a doorway here, as well as a nice little back section. The lever on the other side opens up the 2 side bays, which gives you access, of course, to the same cargo boxes there, but also a little extra space here, some more cargo boxes, and just access into the same back area. Now, don't worry about getting stuck back in this area with the ramps closed. You can, of course, always manually open them, but you also have a lever on each side that does the same thing as the lever on the respective back area. Now, the central pathway here gives you a door accessing the warp drive and warp drive fuel tank, whereas the 2 side doors lead you instead into the command engineering type area, where you see we have many of our technical screens as well as passenger seats. We also have an elevator on each side as well as a door in the middle, and like I said, it's just the same on both sides. Now remember, when we were here in the hover bay area, we had a lever and a door on each side. These doors lead to hallways where you have another elevator, as well as an oxygen station, repair station, medic station, and clone chamber. And as I said, these are the same on both sides. Continuing through this door, we are here in this command engineering area, right next to the back elevator. And looking at this door, we go into the middle back section we were in earlier. Now in the middle front area of this section, before things get too confusing, let's go through this door and show you that there is an elevator here leading down to a foot level access ramp that lets you get out onto the planet's surface. Next to this door in the elevator, you will also find cargo boxes on each side as you go up the elevator, which also leads into a front command area. Now in this room, we have a few things to pay attention to. We have 2 command seats, 2 passenger seats. We also have in the floor here a medic station and oxygen station, which you should be careful about the gap here because you might fall in and possibly get stuck. Now we also have in here 2 switches, one on each side. The one on the right with the skull design is for a battle station type mode, which will give a red light all over the ship to signal the crew that, hey, we're under attack or we're going into attack mode. And the lever on the left side is a boost one to turn on and off the 2 big engines in the back. Now continuing up to the next level, we come into our production area where you'll see we have 4 advanced constructors as well as a floor made out of cargo boxes, harvest cargo boxes, and some ammo boxes. You'll also find on each side a total of 7 armor lockers tucked away, giving you plenty of storage room for your armor. Going this way, we are heading towards the front of the ship, where you will find a maintenance bay giving you access to some of your exterior weapons so you can easily repair or replace them. Now on each side of this room, we have Arbor Lockers right next to some elevators. These elevators lead up to another section, but we also have doors here, so let's go this way into our medical bay area. The medical bay rooms on each side of the ship are mirror images with multiple patient beds, different scanners, and of course a complimentary clone chamber and medic station in each. Now, where we came into this room, we have this elevator that leads down into this command area again. But more importantly, we also have another elevator at the very end of each room that leads down to the same command area. Now, continuing up this same elevator, we come into the next level where we have an oxygen station by each door, and we step out into the small vessel area of the hangar bay. Up here we have a similar layout to the hangar bay section below. However, this is for your small vessels, and we also have the repair bay module as well as 2 repair control sections, one on each side above the doors. Just as with the hangar bay section below for hover vessels, the top section here has a set of doors on each side that leads to another room. However, these lead to a whole different section of the ship. So starting here, to our left, we have another elevator, and this leads us down to the other end of the medical bay and the engineering areas. Going up a level on this elevator leads us to another set of doors that lead us out onto the outside area of the ship for maintenance to these defensive turrets. Moving past the elevator, we come into another room where we have cargo boxes and ammo boxes used as the flooring, so you have plenty of storage capabilities. We also have, of course, a shower and toilet over here for cleaning up. We have a total of 5 armor lockers on each side, as well as 5 fridges up here. We also have our medical scanners, so you don't have to worry about going too far to get some medical attention if you need it, as this is right here for the outside landing and launching area for the small vessels. If you're looking for more storage for your small vessels than just the 2 landing pads in here, you can of course park out here and then have easy access to these side rooms. And continuing on, you see we have a repair station and a medic station at the end, as well as an oxygen station up above in the ceiling. Then coming forward, we are in another maintenance section for some more of the stationary guns. Now you might be thinking at this point, hey, we've seen everything this ship has to offer. However, you would be wrong, because there is still one more area we have not gone to yet. That is accessed here in the hover bay area by going through these doors and taking this first elevator shaft. So here we are at the base of the elevator next to our oxygen station we saw earlier. Going up one section, we come to this little empty space that you could use for something like a sentry gun or an armor locker, except going up to the next section, we have an armor locker. So right there, you already have some extra stuff. Then going on up a little bit further, we come to what could be considered an officer quarters, captain quarters sort of thing, where we have a nice desk with, computer, chair, some storage, a nice big TV, lounge area, and then going around the corner here, we have a bed. Now, don't try to worry about getting back through here, because you can't. The only way you'll be able to do that is if you use God mode, and then you'll get stuck back there anyway, so don't worry about it. Going back to the elevator, we go up a level. We come right here, we go around another corner, and we come into the officer quarters. So, while that other room looked like it might be officer quarters, this is the official officer quarters, and it's a bit disappointing. I think if I was an officer, I would want a bigger cabin than this, because they have a bed, they have some shelves, and they have a little display. Oh sure, they get a nice view of this, but where's the bathroom? So now, coming back from the officer quarters, we do have this elevator here that leads us one more level up, where we will find an oxygen station on each side, as well as our food areas. Now in here we have 2 food processors on each side, along with a nice little kitchenette, and it is very nicely lit up. You also find hidden away in the ceiling, above each pair of food processors, we have a total of 6 fridges right here in each section alone. Now, by each door coming from the elevators, we have ramps that lead up into the dining room area, which is honestly a bit small for a ship this size, I would say. In the middle here, we have an elevator that leads up to the next level, which is where we find most of our crew quarters. You'll see each room is very nicely lit up with a set of bunk beds, some shelves, but plenty of open space. So if you are so inclined, you can of course do a lot more decorating. Each of these rooms is the exact same, so you do have room for improving. And at the end of this hallway, we have the crew lounge area. Now back in the kitchen, if we go through this door directly ahead of the elevator, we come into the growing room, where we have a total of 54 grow plots. In the middle, at the end opposite of the doorway, we have a lever that will turn on all the grow plot lights, making it easy to turn them off if you're not growing anything actively. Another thing to note in this room is that the walls are made up of fuel tanks, which is where you have so much of your fuel storage in this ship. Taking the elevator up, we come into the same crew lounge we were just in, and on the other side we have this door that leads us into an engineering room where we have some generators, fuel storage, gravity generator, and so on, just more of your mechanical stuff you need to keep things running. And finally, at the top of this elevator, the last bit of the ship, we have 2 passenger seats and a captain's seat right here in a secondary cockpit right up at the top, giving you plenty of safety if you are under fire. And just as with the other cockpit area, we do have the same levers up here, one for battle mode and one for your boost mode with your rear thrusters. Then coming to the very top of the elevator, we have another door. However, you will need to use this lever right here to open it, and the ramp leading out to another SV landing spot, which I can only consider this to be for your escape pod small vessel. Once again, this is the Starlancer Gunship capital vessel, and it is an unlock level 25 size class 7 design. It comes with 45 fuel tanks, giving you a total capacity of 239,100 fuel. And as you can see here with the thrusters turned off, sitting still, I have over 77 hours of use. It also comes with 30 oxygen tanks, giving you a total of 51,000 O2 capacity, and needs 5,256 to fill it up, which is readily covered by your 19 ventilators, and of course filling up your own oxygen with the 11 oxygen stations spread throughout. There is also the 7 medic stations and 4 clone chambers, so you shouldn't have to worry about dying too quickly with this place. For attack and defense, we have a full weapon set, including 4 rocket launchers, 6 cannon turrets, 6 minigun turrets, 6 pulse lasers, 6 flak turrets, 4 rocket turrets, 6 pulse laser turrets, 4 plasma turrets, and the 2 artillery turrets. As I showed you, there are rooms that use cargo boxes and ammo boxes for the flooring, which is why we have a total of 76 cargo boxes and 26 ammo boxes. There is also a total of 22 fridges, as well as the 4 food processors and 4 advanced constructors in the ship. Now obviously something this decked out is going to take a good bit in resources. You will of course need a large amount of sathium and iron for the general construction of the ship, but you will also have fairly high requirements for the neodymium, cobalt, erestrum, and zascosium needed to build a ship. So what do I think about the ship? Well, overall, I like the design. It's got a very clean look, and I really do like the change in texturing around the back rear thrusters. It does give a different kind of feel to it with the way it kind of wraps around the thrusters. I also appreciate the effort by the creator to put in so many elevators, making it easy access all around the ship. However, it does honestly make things a little bit confusing, at least to me, in terms of where am I and where is it I need to go, which elevator do I take. It does add a bit of complexity to it. However, there are a lot of elevators, so you can easily get around. So once again, this is the Starlancer Gunship by sulusdacor. If you're interested in checking out the design, I will have a link in the description below. And if you do check it out and like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up and a nice comment on the workshop page. Well, that is it for today's workshop video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave me a like, leave me a comment below, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I am your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.